Hey y'all, it's Trae from Saintuso. I'm still in the building with BGB. This conversation was so good we had to give it a part 2. So make sure you still here because we about to hop right back into it.
Okay, so we talked about all of them. Now, lastly, is Rue. Oh, final. This just right out here, just because we all need to know, what do y'all think she is right now?
I think she is so confused.
No, like physical state.
In OD state,
I
but I don't
think
think she's dead.
I don't think she's dead either. I think she's in overload. Like when you take
overload or overdose.
Like when you, it's not like a. She's not. She hasn't overdosed, but I think that she's right there on that edge
what's that
of like when you take a drug that you
purgatory.
She's in purgatory.
Good
See,
girl. Look at you.
See, you know
Well, let's be clear that I said the word.
I knew what I wanted to say.
Yeah, no, I think that she has OD'd and she's in that state. Like I think she's in a coma. That's what I
she's
think.
like that in between.
Yeah,
Purgatory.
These two are we're here. Because when I wasn't sure because somebody.
Look at me.
I told you I felt it. It made me feel like. What did I say? When the people was singing around her and stuff, it made me feel like it was one of them. Them exorcism type things, like when people back in the day,
like,
when the people used to take it,
like,
you know, when the people used to take you to a priest or something and be like, "My child is possessed, get it out,"
exorcism.
and and that's what I felt like.
I said it reminded me of that one Kanye West video. Remember when he had those dancers, those ballerinas?
Now I will say I love the way she got up off that bed. I did like her little move.
When after she did that line, after she did it. And when she started moving and it was just looking so like off, I was like, I don't like this. I didn't like how everything was switching. I mean, I understand it for visual purposes and things, but like personally, I was like,
I didn't like her body either. She looked like one of those.
The way,
what's the people from the Universal Circus?
The quartet,
titties. The bone brick, the bone bricker people.
Yeah, I can't think of how to pronounce that. Y'all not gonna talk about me anymore.
We definitely are. But this is the thing. So, because this is why I think that she is in OD land, or it's purgatory, as y'all like to call it. Because when she came and she was interacting with her family, first of all, she's singing on that song. Let's be clear. That's
that's what I said. That's why I said, is this her video?
And they have been
like y'all
teasing.
just gonna make a music video out of a whole season finale.
They've been teasing that song the whole time. If you think about the instrumental, it's been playing all season. So when I finally heard the song, I was like, I know this song. And that's because they've been playing it. And I think that is genius. That right there was genius as far as music. They have great music here. And every episode was named after a song too. But anyway, so then when she got up, she hugged her mother. Her mother was on the phone. She never stopped. And then she went to be over on Gia and was hugging her. And she was doing whatever she was doing. But her father grabbed her. Her father's also deceased. He grabbed her and kissed her. So they were able to interact, but she couldn't interact with anybody that was living. So that's why I figured.
That does make sense.
That's why I figured that she is in a state of not dead, but almost. And so because like he literally grabbed her, kissed her on the forehead, and then she was taken away. So I don't know if that means I
know she ain't gone nowhere.
I doubt the main character is gonna be dead season 1.
But she is definitely
Game of Thrones. They will kill everybody.
I feel like I definitely feel like that they like it's. I think this is how maybe they going to. I don't know. We're giving you guys some ideas here. I'm just thinking like now they can go into the side of bringing Gia's story in. Because now she is definitely gonna have a reaction to this because this will be the second time. You know what I'm saying?
That fight that they were having with the mother. First of all, that's when I realized her mother was really black because she mushed the mess out of her.
Oh yes, get out my face. I know.
Girl, I don't know because she still was too much was happening. I couldn't. My job was like
she was like, what
it was crazy.
You call her?
Right.
When she threw the one episode when she kept on saying and she had a back, she was like, back up.
Gia kept on saying, Mom, you know something's wrong with her.
You know something's wrong with her. And then she was like, and I was triggered because she was like, go ahead, follow your sister. You want to be like her so much. And I was like, that's all they want to say. That's all they want to say.
Big sister PTSD.
It is. It's true. But she was just like, basically Gia's coming from a place where I understand she's difficult, but we know she has an issue. Let's work with her. And the mother's like, she's not going to disrespect me in my house and be on drugs. And like, everybody's still grieving at this point. So it's just like, it was a lot. And watching that, because I hadn't seen her mother get to that point outside of like that one little moment. It was just like, how often has this happened? And she's
which we clearly know that it's happened quite a few times.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, they do go back and forth with like all the episodes that they have as far as.
And I didn't know Gia would feel the way she felt because I was thinking
except for that one time her mom was really there for her when she was dying from that kidney.
Yeah, she was like dying.
She picked her straight.
Yeah.
No, seriously.
And that was
Did
because
you see her? The sweat, like
it was disgusting.
She was killing herself.
You get
and
really really hurt. Like
if you drink and you don't pee, you could die.
Yeah,
it's true.
Look it up.
But it is so crazy. but it's so crazy because she said it in the story. She was like, "It's just a matter of just getting up and going to the bathroom."
And I'm not.
But it's mental, like
but she just didn't want to get up.
They're called contortionists.
That's what I was trying to say.
Okay, I thought you were trying to say quartet.
No,
quartet is what she said.
But yeah, I mean, it was crazy because her being a drug addict, period. I mean, like I feel like she's had these moments where she very well could have slipped back in. Now, of course, we know at the beginning she was just going right back in. And then when she met up with old Scarred Boy,
I feel like at that point that was safer.
Of her just dipping and dabbing versus
because her tolerance was the same. Like she was able to handle that still. Then now she's been clean for what 3 months.
And then what is she doing now? Coke.
Yeah, I was like say whatever she's doing
they
is
just
much.
the pills up in the
it was just much. I don't know. That looked much stronger than what she normally. Because at first she was just taking pills,
but it's still gonna be.
But she was always.
And she wasn't snorting. I didn't think she.
Remember that part when she went in the bathroom and Lexi came in and she had to blow it like, and she was mad and she was like, "You made me mess my drug." So she was like, "Yeah, like." And then even when she went to the party, she like crushed it and put it on her keychain and like.
Yeah, she did. Yeah,
some people snort pills, you know.
I
guess you get it how you live.
I just felt like her mother said, and I think this is really the point. She was telling her when she was in the tub or whatever. It was a moment, and she was like, you know, they was laying in the bed, and she asked her about Jules, and she was like, you know, just take it slow. You're fragile right now.
Yes,
and I said. She gonna tear her apart.
Yeah.
And so then once they went,
Jules.
Yeah. And then once they went, and all of that happened because the whole time, like Ali told her when he asked her to get them pancakes, he said, "When she leaves you, what are you gonna do?"
Right.
Rue was all like, "She's not gonna leave me. It'll be fine." And when they went to go to the city, which was Rue's idea. When she told her, like, you know what, I didn't think this fully through. You could tell she had like I didn't think this all the way through. I haven't
when they went in the house packing.
I haven't. Yeah, like for her to still pressure her to do that. I feel like again we was talking about how she was selfish. Jules was selfish at that point, but she's literally telling you, I can't handle this. And if you're dealing with somebody that you know has issues, right, that has addiction issues, anxiety issues, got OCD, like she has depression.
I think Jules was like. Inside of her being selfish, she was like misreading it. You know how before, like I felt like she could really read Rue and understand like where she was at. But at this point, I felt like she was just like so to the point where no, I just need to push her. Yeah. I need she didn't know that her pushing needed to stop at that moment and reset and say, you know what, she really not ready for this.
Because if you think about it, she was pushing her that whole time because she changed her outfit. She changed her
so
makeup,
much
all
had
of that
changed.
stuff. Yeah, so it was like, you know, Rue asked her, "Are you trying to Rue asked her, "Are you trying to change me?" And she was like, "No, I love you the way you are." And she was like, "No, you trying to change me." And I was like, she is trying to change you, and she's gonna keep saying she's not because she know you don't want it to be. The garage. So yeah, like that's the thing that really bothered me. And when Rue realized it, the hand came off that waist when they was laying there. Yeah. You just bit me. I thought she was gonna smack her because that's what I would have did.
I know. So
yeah,
but the honesty though, like she had when she was like, "Did you hook up?" and she was like, "Yeah." Like that clearly shows you that Jules is just like, I really don't care. The consequences, either you leveling up with me, baby girl, or you going
you gonna deal with whatever I bring.
Right, like, and that's just so. I thought it was brutal based on the fact that Rue is so like you said. Her mother said she's fragile right now. And then her just being vulnerable and connecting with Jules and only Jules most of the time. For you to be so just like blunt and be like, "Yeah, hooked up with somebody else," but
I just like to say I really appreciate that you committed to wearing this do-rag the whole episode.
You know, get it how you live.
Yeah, when she wear it, I'll be calling her Dewey.
Bye.
But I just feel like this upcoming season 2, I want to see these characters that we haven't seen in more depth. So I definitely want to see about Gia. Is she gonna keep going down this
Right, because she started smoking weed with them little boys.
Them twins disrespectful, and
they are disrespectful. Oh my God, I wanted her to beat them.
It's hard to boss up on them when they know your dirty little secrets. But
she told old boy, ain't nothing gonna hurt me. I done everything.
Exactly.
So can't nothing break me at this point. In order
for them to respect her, like in order for you to boss up on somebody, they have to respect you. Well, as the boss.
She did scare him that last time.
But that was funny because she named all these people from The Wire.
Yeah, I was dying. Like, these are all people from The Wire. I'm gonna hate this person and that person. I was like, wow. Yeah, she said we be. Oh, well, I said, oh, look at them. Shout out to us. Yeah. But
that was on that network. So.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
But I think that season 1 overall, it wasn't. I didn't know what to expect going in, and it definitely blew my mind. Visually, I think it was amazing. It was stunning, gorgeous. As far as the storylines go, I liked how they had us get in depth, and then they had us see overall. I like that personal and in public type of feel, and I think that's very real to the experience that people have in high school. Like, you are one person, but in certain environments it does affect who you are. So,
don't start with me. Anyway,
now I think the parts that I did like, which was very interesting, that I even picked up on these things, and I'm sure that's because we've started taping these kind of shows, is like when the camera would scan down on certain things during the course of interaction. So like after the fight with Nate's father and oh boy, they scan down to the drawer to let you know
that this is what caused the problem.
Yes. And then with Rue and Jules, they scan to her hand releasing.
Yeah.
And it was one other time that I had it. Well, just look at it yourself. But
wow, that's actually gonna talk to y'all. Oh, we didn't talk about the hoodie, the big reveal of the hoodie, because that got
so
me.
Emotional.
It was.
Yeah, because that was her dad.
And then at the Jules store, she dressed
like, dang, what did she say? Seth Rogen. I said, she is so disrespectful. You just look like Seth Rogen all the time. Like, you really don't care. That's how it be when people really don't know what your triggers are. They just say whatever they want, and they don't understand how it's going to affect you.
This is very true. This is
Virgie. Okay, Virgie. We're not doing that right now.
But, like, legit, you don't know what somebody's trigger is, especially if they're not expressing that to you, because only thing Rue has ever told Jules about her father is, like, he passed. And
he's dead.
Right. She never said this hoodie.
She never said, like, it's hard for me, or she has not, to me, I've never seen her grieve about her father with Jules ever.
Right.
So she wouldn't know anything. And so when she said it, it's kind of like, this means something to me. I'm not just trying to look.
I feel like at this point they need to really figure out, like, if she comes back, like, what kind of connection do they really have, if any? Because I just think that they grew closer at a time that Rue was very vulnerable.
Needy, yeah.
She was neat. She was very needy at that point when she met her, and
she wasn't both of them. At the same time, I feel like Rue was very protective of Jules.
Yeah, she was, and
she was the one that was like looking out for her. But when that flipped, and like when Jules got like super vulnerable after that whole. Nate I feel like, after that whole Nate thing, when he made her go to the
police,
that was wild.
Yeah, so when that happened, it was just like a flip.
Because she didn't share that. Now that was, and what was crazy, like they would share everything. They shared from what we saw. They shared and talked about everything. I mean, she talked about the relationships that she was in. And Rue ain't want to hear, but she did. She told her. She even told her, that the boy that was texting with her was Nate eventually. At first she didn't. But for her not to share, and she kept knowing, she knew that she was keeping something from her.
Yeah.
And then for her not to share,
Detective Rue,
right?
On the case.
But for her not to share that part, I think that was the beginning of the spiral of the downfall of their relationship, because both of them figuratively thought we share everything across the board. So
I still think that Jules moved too fast for me, because like you was just so in love with Nate, Tyler, texting him all day, Tyler. That's what I'm saying. You were so willing to go and meet a stranger in the middle of the park that you did not know. In the fog, right?
Let's keep in mind she's also white.
Okay, well, we saw the fog the other night, honey. That was beautiful.
What about that?
I guess they're also white.
I get scared when it's dark and my headlights flashing the trees, so I'm with no fog at all.
It wasn't dark yet.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, like she was so willing to go and meet a stranger, like somebody you met off Grindr. You know,
but I was gonna say say, but she went to go meet strangers all the time. She went to go meet strangers all the time, though. So that wasn't nothing new for her.
But she would go to hotels and stuff all the time.
Love of her lives.
But she was texting every day.
The love of her life.
Okay, she was texting Tyler every day, like blushing and telling Rue about it and everything.
And sending pictures.
Right. So I think when they even hooked up the first time that kiss, for me, I was so mad when it happened because I felt like Rue don't deserve this because Jules is not the type of person that you need to
settle down with,
especially when she's shown you that
I can't even believe you brought her home, honey.
I'm in love with a random guy I met on this Grindr app. No shade to Grindr because I don't know if it really is or not. But I'm just saying that I met on Grindr and never met.
They started off as best friends,
right?
So it's like when you start off with that level of being comfortable around somebody like that, and then you start getting vulnerable around them. It's easy to slip into that.
That's true.
I mean, so attraction is there because there's so many niggas that's never getting out of the friend zone because attraction's not there.
Okay,
the missing ingredient.
You're not vulnerable around chemical them. They just a homeboy. It's different.
No. Because what I'm saying is like you can have a friend that you're vulnerable around, but you don't have the attraction to them. Like you can legit be like, I can cry with this person. I can spend time with this person.
That's not how it wasn't that. No, I'm not saying. I'm talking about like them like caressing each other. Like
I think that's not vulnerability. Like, I think that's sensual. That's attraction.
But that was for Rue. Like she's not that kind of person. So for her, like to have someone in her space, that was her. When I say Rue started off as her best friend, and then Rue got vulnerable. Jules is the one that's so sensual and sexual with everyone.
That was always vulnerable, right?
Right. Well, I'm just saying, I feel like there's a difference between being vulnerable and being attracted to someone.
Yeah, of course, you know that.
So that's why I'm saying, like, yes, at that point, because when they first met, Rue was vulnerable, and over time, attraction developed, and that's when they went from friends to girlfriend, whatever they are. I don't know.
But I also think that it was a heat of the moment thing because she was upset about the Tyler thing.
Yeah.
Rue was trying to comfort her and be there for her, but she was also exploring the fact that I may have feelings beyond you being
my friend. But even the first
they didn't have to make
over her house.
Yeah.
Like her, like the first time that
when
she spent the night
together?
Yeah, like that was a change. And when Rue first met her after that party, it was like it was just very normal. But when they got into that bed with each other, like things flipped.
I'm glad you bring that up because think about it. Rue didn't know Jules from a can of paint.
Okay? No, she didn't.
Came to this party. Mind you, she was on drugs, but whatever. And nobody knew Rue because remember Nate was like, "Who is Jules?" And
nobody knew Jules.
Nobody
Rue
knew
was
Jules.
in
I'm
rehab,
sorry.
yeah.
And Rue saw that in the kitchen now.
Yeah.
And then when she went to leave, she was like, "Where you going?" And she was like, "I'm Rue. I'm Jules." She was like, "Can I go with you?"
Yeah.
So maybe in Jules' eyes, it was like you're just as not risky, but like. You have that
you
same...
live life like I do.
Yeah, you live on the edge like I do. You willing to go on somebody just mad, we share.
But when I'm on drugs, yeah.
But she wasn't thinking about it like that. Like, if you're a person who's so open...
No, I'm just saying, I'm thinking about, if I'm on drugs, I'm doing anything.
So, she maybe fell in love with the person Rue used to be when she was on drugs. She was willing to make so many risks and just sacrifices. And then as Rue got clean, she's like, maybe I really don't like this person because now you're not doing drugs. You're obsessing over me and you're taking my freedom from me. Whereas, though, in the beginning, it was... I just met you. Let's go home together. Let's share secrets. Let's do drugs together. Let's do all these things. And it was like, party. Was her Anna back then. Yeah. And she felt that connection. So it wasn't hard for her to be like, wow, I really like Tyler, but you know what? Me and you already bond so much. I know you. You similar to me. And then when she realized, like, okay, you getting clean. I'm here for you getting clean, but you getting clean changed the dynamic of our relationship. Yeah. Therefore, making her a little more clingy to Jules. And Jules is trying to be a free spirit.
That's how it is. When you have, that's why you got to change your friends sometimes because they're so used to you being a certain way. They can't see you another way. Right. They can't receive you that way. So I think
when you're addicted to a substance, you have to be careful because in order to replace that addiction, you literally have to replace it with something else.
Right.
And she just replaced it with Jules.
Yeah.
So you have to you got to find something positive. Some people chew gum.
Some people.
Honestly, yeah, that's the truth though. Honestly,
but clearly, guys. So season 1 overall.
Oh, you know what I also wanted to say?
What did you also want to say?
I know they're probably not good for each other because he's a drug dealer, but Fez really cares about Rue.
Yes, and they just need to be together.
That's what I want.
I do.
But it's like, is it good or is it
definitely
bad?
not.
Well, he would keep her away, but he would keep her away.
That's what I'm saying. That would be the thing, but she's so sneaky that
he's been trying to protect her this whole time. She just clearly don't listen.
She clearly keeps telling her stay in the room, and she don't.
She needs all the awards because when she had that breakdown at that door,
oh honey,
that was a real crackhead moment right there.
That was a crackhead moment.
That's your fault. You did this to me. Y'all should do like top 5 crackhead moments or movies.
And it was so hurt. He was so
he was because he was like, I love you and I can't do this to you, but I also don't.
And I thought that he was gonna kill Mouse. Like when he left out with the
Oh yeah, that's
so
what,
too.
honestly, that's what I was hoping.
I thought he was gonna kill Nate originally, and then I thought he
everybody
was
thought
gonna
that.
kill Mouse when I saw him in the house. I said,
which is what he should have did.
There's a mouse in the house.
Exactly.
Get him out of the house.
And he just
And the
been-
mouse
Get
is
him
away.
I can't take him.
The cat
but
will
yeah, I
play.
think
It's
as much as
play.
I want, that's why I want to see Fez's
It's a whoopee.
backstory because
Of how he got
And he got
see
taken
that
care of
taking
he
care
takes
of.
care
grandma.
of his grandmother. He takes care of his, I'm assuming, little brother. And unfortunately, drugs is the means to which he's able to provide for his
Which
family.
is probably
And
like
they
it was
had
so
the
many,
quick
so
money.
he made.
It was
In the
quick
corner
money,
store.
and he didn't
In the
want to
store.
do that higher drug. He wanted to stick with what he had.
basically has a schedule, and he's just like
Yeah,
not a
he's just
schedule.
trying to stay low key
He has
and
something
do what works
legit.
for
Like
him.
this is what this is what's working. I'm not trying to do no more. I'm not trying to be no kingpin. I'm just trying to maintain what I got.
Right.
And that's what's making me think that there's something else, and that's why I can't wait to hear his story and see what the motivation is. But yeah, I'm here for him and Ray.
And then also Nate threw that shot at him like a dropout. Like you don't know why he dropped out. Maybe he
that's
dropped
how
out
I
to take care of
know.
his
I know
grandma.
he got to get vengeance. Yo,
I just
he
that
can't let
dropped
that
out to
go.
take care of his grandma.
That only the
But
only
Fez is such a
satisfaction.
better person than him, so that might not be
That's
something that he
true.
wants to get vengeance in. Plus, he
did threaten him.
knows he threatened him, but he threatened him because of Rue.
Yeah, but the only
That's the
satisfaction
only
we
reason
And
got
he
with
still
Nate,
let him know. He still let him know.
the only
like,
satisfaction
don't
we
mess
got
with
with
her.
Nate was him being on fire and Rue shooting him, and that wasn't even real.
Right.
No, I got some satisfaction in him getting that concussion in that correct skull. Okay. Amelia's not here to fix it. But I think that Fez, he values things more. Like even him having to get rid of all of those drugs. Yes, he knows that it's going to be a great issue. Like, I got to figure this out right now. But he does a good job of weighing things in the moment. And when you're a good drug dealer, that's a characteristic.
My thing is, what I hope doesn't happen is that they figure out that this is our money that you didn't really took, basically.
Yeah, I like
They
the way
did
they
look
did
at it.
Yeah.
Because they saw that blood. Yeah, like
That's what I
you
was
definitely
scared of.
got this money dirty.
We
but he
just,
like, I got it.
We just dropped this off actually, so
all the
What you think
I was wondering if they was like if they.
I think they were because that's what the exchange was. Because if you think about it, when he had just finished.
No, I'm
closing-
saying when he like, you know how like people
When they
count
peeled
money
it
like
back,
that, but when
yeah.
he looked back, I was wondering if he was like, this looked just like what we just did.
Yeah.
All right, does money
because
have a
probably
different look?
rubber bands or whatever they use, like they
You said
identify.
does money have different looks?
Well, rubber bands clearly.
Yeah,
That's what she said.
like
And
that or
serial
whatever.
numbers.
Yeah.
Don't you think they're gonna look at the serial numbers?
I
might.
don't know.
I just know that they
What
look
if
at
the
that
money was
blood. I
fake?
know that they
Or
looked at
what
that
if it
blood.
was fake?
The blood.
The money.
No, the money.
Ooh.
And they know that they like
We
gave
know
him
that
fake money.
We got over on him.
We done gave y'all so many story spots. Hire us, book us.
Okay, back to a serious
Because it's like on my block when they did that.
Right.
That money.
That was genius.
the real
that
world
was-
money.
Yeah. So
Love that show, and I
I
can't,
can't wait till it come back on.
let me just say
Well,
that
they're filming.
they are filming, and there was a whole big pause because they didn't want to pay our black and brown actors and actresses their due.
Oh wow!
And they finally gave them more money, so I'm here for
good.
that. Shout out to them
Bravo.
for standing up for themselves and getting that.
Everything is
shit,
actually
show.
filming right now. Insecure is filming.
Insecure is filming.
And Grace is filming.
Grace is also
Grace is
filming.
on
Shout out to
season
both.
33.
Grownish is already. You would you say?
Grownish already ready
Grace
for the
is on
winter.
season. Do you want to fight? Because you might know what you say to me like
Don't
that.
disrespect Grace over here.
Grace is on season 33.
We make a reference
Anyway,
every show.
You're serious, no.
Did you
Y'all
not
ready
just
to
hear
cover
it?
Game of Thrones? Call me, okay?
Oh,
How
God.
about y'all spend your
Well,
money
I
catching
clearly
up?
need my husband on this show
You're
for that.
serious
You like Game of
note.
Thrones?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. See, I knew that's why I love him.
Your serious note. You said
Okay, serious note. For me, I think that Rue is a mirror. Like, as far as a character, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not out here sniffing pills not like high school. But I'm just saying, like, her transition from being so introverted into herself and like having this background a lot of people just didn't know about, and they didn't really take the time to figure her out, and she didn't take the time to explain who she was to the people around her. They just knew her for being a certain way, the clothes that she wore, all these things. And then when you let somebody in your space and then they know who you are, it's easy to, you know, get attached to that person, which would be Jules. But again, the attraction that Jules had to her, like I said before, was something that was fun and thrilling.
Yeah.
But that wasn't always who Rue was. That was just who she was in the moment based on her being on drugs. So, like, I can personally relate, like, dating in high school and being in a vulnerable space where as though you meet a person and it's like, wow, this is really fun, this is thrilling, all these things. And then y'all kind of grow apart. But we didn't go to the same school, so that was even harder because you're like, what they doing right now? Because you know what you're doing, but you don't know what they doing. So if you put yourself, one thing I always do when I watch the show is put myself in the mind of a teenager and not thinking from an adult standpoint. Because when you're 16, 17, you don't know if you coming or going. You don't know who you love, who you don't love. And then when you do get attracted to somebody or you do, it's like they become your whole world, like Cassie and McKay. Like, she cared about McKay so much, but she doesn't care about McKay enough to understand things that he's going through. Right. But he hasn't prioritized her that much, you know? Like, McKay still
didn't care about him enough to get up and stump any of them niggas that was trying to.
Okay, that was okay. Stop.
Well, he's clearly pledging. He's clearly probably pledging us.
But that's what I said. They was like, did he get raped? I was like, I think it was just like
they clarified that and they said he did not get raped. It was just hazing, and I think that's just a football thing. Yeah, because I don't think he's pledging anything. Because was he at school?
Yeah, he is.
I think he came back in town, right?
No, they were at school.
They were at school with him.
Yeah, they were at school, sir. Yeah.
No.
Because he brought her there. Remember that
he
party?
Brought her there. Okay, so yeah, maybe he was. Yeah. Oh, he was because he drank that goldfish out that liquor. So yeah, he definitely pledging. Or again, football. But yeah, it was a lot, and I'm glad they cleared it up. But they said they have an intimacy coach on set, so certain things don't go as far because I'm sure that's hard to film. And I always want to know how they film sex scenes.
I know. Because I heard it's very uncomfortable,
and Merkin.
I heard it's so very much uncomfortable. That's what I hear.
But that's why they had the coach. So
you heard that? Because I heard it wasn't really that bad. I heard that, like, if this, like, I don't know, some shows, you know.
Okay, if it's that scene from Waiting to Exhale with your girl and Sweaty Boy, that's definitely not. Or when my man was growling on top of Whitney Houston, that is not. Happy birthday to Whitney, by the way.
Remember,
Nippy.
Taraji was just in, what is it?
What Men Want? Yes.
The guy from the... Really good, girl. Really good. Yes, he was talking about like filming and like them doing their sex scene and saying how like, I mean, it's really not that deep. He doesn't get aroused because like he's literally working.
That's probably for him.
What'd you say?
I was gonna say, did he tie himself down or something? Would he tie himself down or something?
I just think it would be natural.
Guess what?
It would be natural. A cock sock.
This is
because he just has this thing on work.
Maybe he think about his grandmother. I don't know.
Put something on. But he was saying like when you're so focused on work, it's so many other things going on in your mind because that's not the only part of the scene. Like you can't break the scene. Like you can't mess up. Like
and it's
so many people in there. It's not.
So how do you not actually get into it? But be into it?
Listen, but so many other people.
We see it in sequence. We don't know how they filmed it. It could have been all right. Do this now, stop. Right. Do this now, stop. So it's not as
they probably do it that way, so that way you can't have.
It's not as attractive
even porn
as that.
Stars, they don't just do it like it's just that easy.
Fake. It's fake.
How do you know so much?
I used to watch that show on what was it called? It was in the cab. What was that show?
Oh, Cab Confessions or whatever that is.
Something like that.
I was going to say,
I should really know.
No, seriously.
We all watch HBO porn. It's okay. Let's just put it out there. No, it's not real.
And I talked about a lot of stuff.
Let me tell you, I was looking.
It's not real. That's my point.
It's not real. I was looking for Freeform the other day, so we got the remote at the house.
Freeform. You talking about free porn?
That's what came up. So I pushed a button. So I said Freeform because I was trying to watch Grownish, and it was like free porn. This adult content. I was like, I did not ask for that. Y'all doing so much.
Yo. Okay.
But. Yes,
we all watch HBO porn down on volume 7. So let's just all start there.
What I'm saying is, it's just not real. Even like when we see like actual sex scenes, that is not real either. Right. So I can understand him saying, you know, I think that people get aroused in their own personal. I mean, some people don't care. They just like, I'm aroused right now in public. But even like when you think about like little high school boys and stuff like that, when they get aroused, it's an embarrassing moment for them. Mm-hmm. So they try to cover that up.
Like Mike.
So if you think about being a grown man, an adult man, in front of everybody's watching you, like I can understand him saying like it's really not that, you know.
And I mean, they probably have things to teach, like that they can do. That
they probably think about.
That's the best thing I learned from the Killer Mike trigger warning thing when he had them going through all the porn things. And he talked to that person, and he talked to the coach, and he was basically saying like, "How do we do this? How can we film this?" It was less glamorized when you see like the
how it
working.
Really is.
Yeah.
So like even down to this, like this Trae first time in the studio, but when she got here, it was like, "Oh, this is how it is behind the scenes. This is this. It's not as easy as when you press the button and we only see it together."
Right.
So like that's how it is with certain things like that, but. We can talk about this forever.
That's true. So back to the scene.
Oh, you sound like somebody.
Cassie was supportive.
Oh, the end of these is in there.
That scene with McKay had them old dog braids and he was in that mirror though. Like that was a very powerful scene because it was like he was losing himself and like I think he was weighing everything like I'm trying to make love to my girl, I guess, and then I'm trying to pledge, and then it's like all these things that he had anyways. Like I thought he was going to turn to a mass shooter after that. Like
I thought he was going. I was worried about his mental health.
Yeah, his mental health. Yeah,
because I felt like, and then when they were doing his story, he was saying that he couldn't express emotion. That's really one of the biggest things. Like his father wouldn't allow him. Like you get up, you do it again.
Man up, get it together.
And so
my uncle's doing that with my little cousins now. He be telling them tighten up. And I'm like,
the twins,
they are only one.
Oh.
Stop that crying now.
Well, he don't. That's I kind of appreciate that he don't say stop that crying.
Yeah.
But he just be like tighten up. I'm like, what is that?
What does that mean to them?
Break rank.
But like, so it's just so much.
Tighten that pamper.
them huggies.
I think that speaks to how bound we make black men, where they can't express emotion, and when something that is traumatic like that, like. Literally, Cassie was in the room talking on the phone, concerned, and he come out like nothing ever happened. Like, let's still have sex. Like, boy, if you don't get off me and go get therapy,
I was going to say he didn't want his masculinity.
He didn't want to be emasculated.
Thank you. Yeah, to be taken at that point.
Oh, you didn't have little fingers.
And then he just was tearing her up. I was like, poor Cassie.
I know. I felt so bad for her.
Please. Said if we vote for him, he will tell us about Area 51. So
stop talking about that. I don't care about Area 51.
Oh Lord,
she boy.
Yeah.
So yes, they have already given y'all season 2 predictions. They have already let y'all know what we want to see. Anything else y'all want to see for next season?
Other than the Fez and Rue mashup, I don't want to see any more Jules. Done with it.
Wow.
Because I just feel like I had so much hope for her character, but she just really didn't have as much substance as I thought. Like, her backstory was crazy. Like, the whole therapy thing. And then, like, they never really go into what happened to the mom, but the fact that... And I like the fact that instead of the dad being so against... Like, usually if you think about it, when you have a son, and then, any boy that even shows a slight... Like you said, with the tighten up thing. Anything slightly feminine. And then, like, you got a son who's literally... was going around as a kid dressed like a girl, and then the mom was the one who was the toxic parent. Which usually when there's a like son and a father, it's usually the father. Like even with Pose, like with Damon and his dad. Yeah. So it's like it's usually the father that's like, I'm not having a gay son, I'm not this and that. So I like that dynamic that they gave. That okay, the dad was the one that was stuck around, but. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Sticking around. Girl, it's always on this show, honey.
Oh my God.
Oh, you were into it.
Why? Anyways, so the fact that the dad stuck around was a good dynamic for me. And then like they didn't kind of straight give us the fact that Jules was trans. I could tell based on like the scars on the side. Like that's from taking hormone injections. Like all these scars. Like when she was getting dressed, I'm like, okay, those are hormone injections. So before that episode even came about, I already knew. And then like based on the bone structure,
booty softener.
No, based on the bone structure and stuff.
Because Shemeka had cement cheeks, so I didn't know if they had that.
Okay. Anyway, so with that, I just think that the development of Jules' character was like, okay, great. You were done wrong. You were finally living in this truth. I like this. You in this new town. It's like people weren't giving her a hard time. It was like people were like, okay, some people knew.
Right.
And they never really stated if people knew what they did.
Yeah, that was the other thing.
Who she was, which was great. Yeah. But then even with the part with Nate, like when Nate was like, I know what you are, it still didn't it wasn't a concrete fact that Nate was saying
he knew.
You're trans or you're anything like that. Like Nate was just saying like, I know what you are. And
it was never said.
Right. It was never said. So I was like, okay, this is cool. So it's like you're really getting developed into this person that you want to be, this Jules, whatever Jules means to you.
Jules.
And once it was like, okay, I was confused by the fact that you want to date Rue, who's a woman, but at the same time, it was like, okay, this is new. This is different. And again, to go back to Skins, the main two characters, Tony was like Nate. Pretty much Tony was this Nate character that was like, he could get any girl he want. Okay. And then Taya was this like really pretty, I'm sorry, feminine girl who was gay, but she was like kind of dominant, but she dressed real like edgy, like docs and stuff like that. And they were all in the same friend circle. So they would always show Tony getting any girl that he wanted. And then Taya had a girlfriend and all this stuff. But then this episode when they hooked up was the episode for us, which would have been when Jules and Rue hooked up. Okay. So it was like that drop jaw moment. Like, I can't believe that just happened. That's why I said it's like parallel to Skins in a way. But even once they hooked up and then like she was there for her, it was all nice. I just always felt like this can't end well. Not even because Rue is a drug addict, but just because Jules doesn't know the full magnitude of who she is.
Sometimes they say that people don't associate with the gender that they are, so that's why they want to transition. But they still their attraction is not necessarily.
That's understandable.
Because I think she just wants attention and love. And who she can get it from, I think it don't really matter as long as she can get it.
I agree, and I think as long as they respect who she is and who she's becoming, that's really what the biggest thing is. It's like, as long as you see me for who I am, then I don't have an issue with you bringing the love and attention.
Because even that other girl, she's practically in love with her now at this point.
Oh, that black girl.
So, the black girl.
Yeah, I met one time.
She was on drugs.
And she told you to level up. That was, first of all, you telling me I need to level up, that's an insult. I'm good without that.
She's the best, Rue. You would love her.
And I hated that.
Like, for 1.5 days.
What was that going to be, a throuple?
Like, why would you be so...
Maybe.
Poly is in. Don't.
Not over here.
Sorry, just joking.
Not over here.
But I'm just saying, like, she just met her. So how could you be so...
That's what I'm saying. That's what she
Well, y'all know that Elle Varner did have that refill song. It was the one-time occurrence that she met that guy, and she just wanted a refill because she was practically in love with him.
She wanted to use him for another drink. That's all that is.
Exactly. Can I get a refill, actually? Waiter.
This is Jules' refill moment. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know.
But Jules is just too... What is the word I'm looking for?
Out there?
Not even out there. She's too trusting. Too trusting of people. Like
Jules or Rue?
Jules. I can
Rue
agree.
is not. She's too trusting people. Like, you're willing to hop on the train to go back and see this girl you don't really know. Then you're ruining what you have at home with somebody you don't know yet again.
80-20
She
rule.
met Tyler at the lake. First of all,
so
Lake of Fire, honey.
Rue told her not to go. Rue told her not to go.
It's like a lake of death because he could have drowned her.
I definitely thought that was going to happen and he was going to try to kill her.
Well, poor Tyler.
She met that grown man at the hotel. Like, you're right, Trae. You're right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, she ain't really who we think she is, but I think that everybody was like, okay, I like this. But then when we got down to who she really was in the end, it was like, you trash. And that's just how I feel about her.
I wonder if she bosses up. Is she actually strong? Because technically she's a male.
No.
I don't think that is she? I feel like they just need to go back and give us some concrete ending to the her and Nate thing. They need to go ahead and go back into but I think they're gonna spend the second season going so much into her and Rue, which I just feel like put that on the shelf to the third season. Please.
Or like they could go into letting us know about Lexi. Because it's always just been about her sister.
She the real one.
So many episodes.
That's true because I forgot at one point. I forgot they were sisters.
Right.
Like I was just
until
like
the prom. Right.
At some point, I don't know why.
I was like, oh right, they sisters.
Okay, what about that other girl that be at the table with them that's just always laughing and joking, and then nobody knows her name?
What other girl? Because
so it's Maddie, Cat,
would it be Lexi?
Cassie, and that other girl that hangs with them, not Lexi. Remember when they were sitting at the table and Cassie was like, I got to tell y'all something. And there was a girl that was like, what? And she was laughing shit like the little like vape in her hand. What is her name? Does anybody care about her?
I don't even know who you're talking about.
Okay, the one who called Cat Catfish.
Vaping Valerie. I don't know her name.
Vaping Valerie? Okay, no.
I'll look into her.
She's just fluff, I guess.
Yeah. So I wasn't sure how I feel about it, but I'm actually here for season 2. I want some resolution. I don't feel like I got that. Everything is still up in the air. And honestly, somebody said this. If this would have ended here, I would have felt just like I felt with y'all know what, Moesha. And it wouldn't have been enough because we don't know where she is. We don't know where Rue is, what's happening. We don't know none of that. So if this was the ending and we didn't get a season 2, I would be super pissed. But because we have a season 2, I'm anticipating how that
how they're going to play it out.
I think season 2 gonna be fire. Let's start there.
Well, yeah, because I mean everything that comes off of a first season, we always see that it grows.
Right.
Not necessarily.
The
Some things
second
drop
season.
Flat.
Ooh, like
if they take some of our ideas that we gave you all, it would be great.
Right.
Just take our ideas.
Just do what we say, and everything will be fine.
But how do you feel about season 1 overall, Candace? Because we said it.
I don't know if I'm watching this show next season.
Wow, why?
Because it just I don't like major letdowns.
Well, it was a lot for me.
You were let down by the finale too.
Heavens, yes.
I think it was a very intensive cliffhanger.
Yes, definitely.
This show, I just didn't know how I should feel about this show.
Again, it was like
of watching it,
gave me emotional blue balls.
Of watching it. Oh my God. I'm just watching the show, period. First of all, when I was asked to watch the show, I was like...
Because you know what? I didn't think it was your idea anyway. It don't seem like something...
No.
Exactly.
Don't get her started.
Don't get her started.
I was asked to watch the show. I didn't really want to watch the show, but I watched it.
But I keep telling her, this is the thing. We have to be exposed to...
Yes, we have to. So, and that is the only reason.
And the thing that Trae said that I thought was really good earlier, she said that when you watch the show, you have to watch it from a teenager perspective.
Yes, definitely.
I think that's important to understand it, but I think you definitely need both. One, to feel it, and two, to learn from it.
Yeah,
If you stay in the one, I don't think you.
And
really
that is
learn.
honestly, I will say that a lot of shows that I watch it because I have children.
I think that's important because these ideas, these environments, these encounters, these are things they're gonna have to deal with. Dominant mommy.
She definitely is. Don't play with her.
And I do not want to have to restrain somebody.
Yeah, don't be Cal on them now.
Yeah, well.
But
as long as you don't got that drawer popping off, I think they'll be good.
I think she good on that.
Honey.
I love the show. Me personally, like me and my best friend Jordan, we used to watch Skins, and when we first heard about Euphoria, he was like, "I'm not here for this fake Skins remake," and I was like, "Me either. I'm not watching it." And then I was like, "I'm gonna watch it anyway." So I watched it, and I was like, "Oh, I like this." And then I was like, the second episode, like what really got me to watch the second episode was the ending to the first. When you saw that Kel was his father, I was like,
"Yes, wow,
Look at her. Look.
That really."
I told you, them full circles.
Yeah, like the full circle cinematography really got me, and it just, and I was like, okay, what's next? And then I still was iffy, like Candace said, like I was on the fence in the beginning, like I don't know if I really like this, especially because my mind is comparing it to Skins, and I'm like, how parallel is it? And then when they started doing an episode of each character, I loved it because I love to see the backstory of characters. So once we saw why Rue is this way or why, it was like, okay, so now I'm looking forward to the next episode because now I'm going to figure out why you're this way.
Yeah.
And then when they started, like the scene with the carnival, that was kind of weird because like they was tying everything too much and it was moving too fast.
It was, and it also was moving to that music because if you played that the whole time, and I was like, I feel like I'm on a carousel. I feel like I'm on a carousel because everything is moving, and I didn't like that.
On that carousel,
and I didn't like that at all.
Oh my god, can we just get into the fact that we hate that boy that was on carousel with her?
Yeah,
because I hate him.
Oh,
the one that tried to make her head sex down.
I didn't write his name.
Right, she was like,
name is Daniel.
Yes, Daniel was Daniel.
Oh, the one,
and I was
he trying to move through the crew.
I can't stand him.
But whole time this was Kat's boyfriend, the one that liked her, and I was surprised by that because I was like, is this the boy you told her every day?
Mm-hmm.
And it was, and then he was acting like we dated, and she was like, yes, you were the love of my life.
Yeah, she came back after drinking pina coladas, and that's how you gonna do her?
Yo, no, pina coladas or a bunch, because like she went in, my nigga. Like,
I didn't even want. He wasn't even worth me stroking my pen to write his name.
Ooh.
But yeah, so again, every time I try to wrap this up, y'all keep going.
Okay, go ahead, wrap it.
It's so much.
It is so much. It definitely is so much. And
you could come back and drink.
Yes,
again, Trae. So
I mean, yeah, because we're going to be talking about another show that I just don't know how I should feel about.
What show?
Pose.
Oh wow! I don't know why she being phony yet again. She loves that show.
Well,
we're gonna talk about that.
And I just I was gonna say I just don't know how I should feel about this show.
Y'all just heard us say we was House of Evangelista, so clearly somebody feeling it.
Okay, why don't you know how to feel about it?
I just don't know how
to feel about it.
I just don't know.
Is it uncomfortable, like with the scene?
It is. It's, it's very uncomfortable,
and that's fine because it's all different type of viewpoints. I mean,
yes.
Exactly.
I think it's very informative because I did not know that. I really love the fact that it's set in the 80s because you got to think in the time of the 80s, like Marvin Gaye was just getting shot for being gay. So it's like, wow, in the 80s whole time, this is what y'all was doing. Yeah. Which is cool.
Absolutely, guys. Well, next time on BGB, we're going to be talking about
exactly.
So, which I'm only on the second episode of season 1, so I need to catch up first.
And that's all her fault because I was badgering her to watch it.
If you want to be on the show again, you got to keep up.
She'll be ready. Okay. She'll be ready. Just like y'all will be ready. I've been trying to do
now
much better with giving y'all time.
Yes.
To watch so that we don't do any spoilers. So please make sure you watch. So at the end of each show, we do this thing. We're not doing it right now. I just want to tell you so you have time to think. We do this thing where we give basically
last words.
Yeah, our final word, like whatever. But words that we want them to leave with from this episode, whatever it may be. It doesn't have to be anything tied to this. It could be something completely random. It could be whatever. But that's just marinate on that. But I just want to say, shout out to Six God Drake. He executive producer of this.
Wow.
So, and it's a lot of talent that he's brought on the screen that I have not seen. I hadn't seen them prior to this. So shout out to that. Shout out to Zendaya for being amazing in this.
Yeah, she is.
And
she
breaking
has grown up. She
really has not allowed her to be defined by her Disney background.
Right.
And I don't think she's had a traumatic moment I've ever
Gia also says she's in a group message with Oprah and she doesn't know how she feels about her being on the show because it's so different.
Yeah,
that's amazing. I wish I was in a group message with Oprah. I'd be in so much trouble.
Oprah like, I don't like it.
Just to like, she's like, honey, I want to support you, but I'm not watching that. Tatiana. I know. Yeah.
And shout out to Khalil for living beyond his death and now on the new show.
That's true. Yes. Shout out to you. Shout out Khalil from The Hate You Give.
It's McKay.
Didn't see that. McKay, right?
Yes.
Trevor. Jackson.
That is not Trevor Jackson.
And don't you ever get it confused.
What's his name again? Oh, his name is something with an A.
Just stop.
What is it?
We don't know.
It's like
What is the thing?
Abel.
I don't know his name.
Abel.
That's Tanisha knows.
We're over it.
I just can't say it now because she just said Trevor Jackson. You know how that.
Who was Trevor Jackson? Trevor Jackson was in.
His name is Algie Smith. Like, I don't know if it's Algie.
It is. I don't know if it's Algie.
Why would they name him after drugs?
It's cute.
Algie is something that happens in the water.
Yeah.
Not Allegra, honey. Algae.
Because I said drugs. I didn't mean to say that. I meant to say fish.
Oh, yeah. I was like, because I said drugs. That's the only reason why we thought that.
We're talking about so much.
I want to come up from this letdown. I feel like Candace, like I was not. None of us they was clearly trying to do with the finale, but they did it either very well or very poorly. So I'm looking forward to this.
It was no in between. It was no in between.
It was realistic.
Yes,
I think it was realistic, but that's not why I watch TV.
First of all, you need
depends on what we watching. Because some things I do want it to be realistic. Some moments I want realistic, but the fantasy I want y'all to give it to me.
I feel like somebody could have died. But the fact that they're giving us this is a cliffhanger. It's not a confirmed death.
Yeah.
A confirmed kill would have been like, ooh, this was a good season finale. But it was like all this build up.
And I think they are changing. That might be changing what we expect as viewers. Like,
because we always get used to.
We get all the way up to the end, and then there it is.
So you know what? What I will say, I would rather have this season finale than Game of Thrones. I went 8 seasons to see Jon kill the Dragon Queen. And not...
Didn't I tell you that was going to happen?
Died by bricks.
Didn't I tell you that was going to happen?
We don't know nothing.
You didn't tell me.
Because what happened is she was trying to get me to watch the show.
A Starbucks cup.
Yeah, that Starbucks cup.
Shout out to Starbucks. So don't make bands off that episode.
But she was trying to tell, she was explaining to me. I said, so why don't he just do this? And she was like, it's not that simple, Trinice.
I get PTSD every time I see the HBO. And I'm thinking it's gonna go dun, 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 dun.
She see running around the house doing that on Sundays.
Oh my god!
Y'all should see.
Sorry, you guys. I'm so sorry for this.
But
listen,
yeah. That's
we clearly are gonna still be talking about this show after.
Oh, so she can end it. That's just
because I'm the ender. But for right now,
the beginning and the end. Okay, you're the Holy Ghost. You know that.
Well, because I'm beauty, honey.
So, you guys, you need to go and watch this show. Euphoria.
And y'all need to support Saintuso.
Right
Saintuso is popping off. Y'all need to support it. Y'all need to get with it. We putting y'all on.
Saintuso.
Don't do that.
Saintuso. It's like, no. For the record, it is Saintuso. Y'all got me? Y'all feel me?
Anything you want to say to your future clients? I'm sorry. You don't call them clients. What do you call them? Supporters.
I don't
customers.
Okay. Sometimes people call them something else, like, you know.
Just thank y'all for supporting me for my capsule collection that I did this summer. Even though I know it was just me dropping t-shirts at the t-shirts, but it was necessary. Like, you need.
They sold out, so they was popping.
Yeah, you know. And thank you. Like, some people said they really appreciate like the detail, like with the bags and all that stuff. So thank y'all.
You know what I wanted to tell you the other day?
I don't have one
because Trae, guys, you may not know this unless you follow her personally. She sews in her own tags.
Yes, I did personalized.
And it's just like the Marathon clothing store.
Actually, it's not because they're closed.
But what?
They're not closed.
The store is
the
closed.
Marathon
They're
still
online
continues.
store just like you.
Yeah.
Okay.
But my point is this: they say if it doesn't have the red tag, then it's not original.
You know, it is not official. And if you did not get a Saintuso shirt in a tamper-evident bag, it is not mine, boo. You need to take that back from wherever you got it from. But again, thank y'all so much for supporting me over the summer and just copping straight up the shirt. Like, people showing so much love and just the quality of the t-shirts. And it just pushed me.
I guess mine will be at my doorstep soon.
You know, it will be. I got you.
Once you place your order.
I got you. And like, just me being able to prepare for the next season is going to be amazing. I'm going to have so much more stuff to offer y'all than just shirts. But thank y'all for copping shirts and doing what y'all do. Appreciate that.
Girl, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for being
here.
Y'all for having me.
Oh my goodness.
Your input. You've been a valuable asset to
Girl,
this conversation.
you said some profound things.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
you
got the Dewey mention with the drip. You know
his birthday coming up.
And all that hard work did not come with the shirt.
She was
ready to get your
you guys,
own
I'm very upset because she was in hair and makeup before this show.
I was in hair and makeup. Like, seriously.
If y'all like it enough, we might drop the Durag tutorial, but that's only if. So, you know, we'll keep y'all posted on that.
You feel me?
But go ahead and finish your
but yeah, as we said, this show is Euphoria. And we love the show. We just didn't like the ending. So you guys let us know how you felt about the show. Take your time at this point and go ahead and watch it because we've already discussed it.
Right, since hopefully you watch this phone.
Yeah. And then, of course, stay tuned for our upcoming shows that we're about to do. We already let you know what we're going to be watching. So until next time, email us at blackgirlbroadcast@gmail.com.
Wow. And follow us on social media on Instagram at blackgirl.broadcast_BGB. On Twitter at BLKGRL Broadcast, on Facebook by searching Black Girl Broadcast, and also make sure you follow Saintuso. That's go to saintuso.com to purchase your merch, and at Saintuso on IG.
And also, I just want to say you guys' voices are amazing. Sound so lovely and heavenly in my ears.
Oh, thanks.
Wow. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Wow. Ken's not getting ratchet on me in the corner. Not looking. But yeah, I just think that you guys doing such a great thing here. And I love it.
Oh, thanks.
Should keep it up. And I tagged y'all hella times the other day on the Shade Room.
I saw that and I appreciated it.
I like better be watching.
You know, just randomly before Candace does a little wrap up. There was this post on Twitter and they were like, what podcast y'all listening to these days? And I added us. And the one lady was like, I'm actually already listening to that. And I was like, oh my God. Shout out to y'all. I wish I knew your name off the top of my head, but I'm normally better with that. I'll shout you out next episode.
Yes,
absolutely.
definitely.
But yeah, I was just like, wow, it's so crazy because, you know, we just started this and we just wanted to give how we felt about shows and for it to be reaching people and for people actually to appreciate it. That means a lot. And that's what we wanted to do. So that feels good.
Definitely. And, you know, I don't know if you guys are listening to this podcast or if you're watching it on YouTube. Either way, tell your friends to tell their friends to tell their mothers to tell their fathers to tell their cousins
and your baby father.
Everybody, exactly, because they need to hear. Tell your local drug addicts and drug dealers.
Oh my God!
Everybody. I mean, if we're gonna keep it in context, then
your landlord, the maintenance man,
definitely
whoever,
to follow us and subscribe and comment and rate us on your favorite podcast site. We are everywhere. I mean, honestly, places I didn't even know we were. I'm like, whoop, look at us right there. So Spotify, iTunes, Google Play,
Radio,
hit us up. Yeah. Yes, iHeart, and iHeart has podcast awards that we will one day win one.
That is right. Yeah. And also on Xfinity, shout out to them. Y'all can also send us some merch. If you want to, you can listen to podcasts on your television. You can pull up iHeart Radio. So a lot of times I'll put it on my TV while I'm like cleaning up my room or doing something. I can just listen to us that way. So that's another way that you can do it. But until next time, Trae, you want to go first or you need more time?
Let Phoebe go first.
Oh my God.
There you go. Until next time.
I think I want to say, dang, it's almost like I want to say be sure of who you are and stand in who you are and be okay with it.
That's big facts. Candace?
Don't be selfish.
I'm going to say life is a journey and don't stop on the way. Don't get stuck in one moment when you have so much more to do. Just go through the journey of life.
I'm going to say, in reference to the Rue and Jules thing and in life in general, let go, honey. Let go. Let go. Be honey. Great. Be you and know when things are holding you back or when you just know when things are not for you anymore and just live in your truth and, you know, just accept life as it comes. It's beautiful as it can be and as ugly as it can get. But if you try to make this alternate reality that you have to put up with certain things, you'll never really know what's on the other side of that until you let go and just see what's for you.
It's a mouthful.
All right. And we out.
Suck on that.
Well, my God.